while I'm here, I had a little, just done a little Tropic, and if you want to look at my Tropic, I'll go over there. Kimberly Vickers Tropic on that handle. I've got lots of handles because everything covers so many different things, and this one is going to be my art, and I just want to go through just how exciting some of these were. I was really excited to do the Inktober, never done it before, so I got my little pad, which is still from Cleveland College of Art and Design, or back in Hartlepool when I was at the art college in Middlesbrough. Love it. So I've still got it, and I thought, right, I'm going to do a little ink artwork a day on each page, and I've managed to do it, and I'm really chuffed. So same with the art. This is also my main passion, if you want to call it that. This is my happy area. I want to get the kids into this. Kids are loving it. This is their little art room. They're sort of bringing together, and this is our area we get creative. So our first one here was the prompt word. So Inktober, it is it started off with a guy, Jet Parker, and he doing ink work, very clever artist, and started off that way, and all the artists all over the world now join in, and they do this Inktober, which is all the way through October. A little bit of artwork each day with inks, preferably. So that is what I've done, and I have stuck to black and white. I know I can use all the different coloured inks and things like that, but I wanted to sort of just home it down a little bit and just stick with black and white and keep it a little bit more simple, and just try and stretch my boundaries with my different arty things coming out, and thinking, right, how can I do that? And obviously things can look a bit different in black and white than what it can in colour. So that was my thing behind that as well. So you get daily prompts, and you usually get it ahead of time, so you know the 31 days of what your prompts are. And I had this little, initially when I seen that, I thought, I'll do that, I'll be up for that. And this was only like 2 days before, and I thought, let's go for it. I've got a few ink pens about, fine liners, let's do it. And then when I did it, and when I started, I was like, this is a bit harder than it seems, because I was like, the first one, which I'll go into that in a minute, I didn't do no pencil or nothing. I just went straight into a little bit of an outline, and then started to detail bricks in. I was thinking, this is not going to be, and especially because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist of stuff. And if something doesn't look right, I was just not feeling it. I'm like, no, that's not feeling it yet. So I end up, so the only time I got ahead was maybe halfway through, maybe it's got one drawn ahead, but that was about it. So a lot of them were daily, but I was still chuffed, despite with the family and being busy, that I managed to do that. And it is such an exciting thing. People who are not creative or arty will probably really find it difficult to understand why on earth do you want to do something every day, arty wise, when we've all got busy lives and everything else, and we have. But for me, anything creative, artistic, if I could, I'd have a kiln in the back garden, I'd have a big pottery thing, I'd be doing ceramics, and I haven't had to go resin yet, and so many things. So there's, it's just, I just want to try it all. I don't have a style. I don't think I ever have a style, because I just enjoy the process of so many different things. YouTube is brilliant because it's just like, I've never seen that, I'm gonna have a go at that, I've never seen that, I want to have a go at that. So I get really excited with stuff. So some of these styles are in styles of other people, and styles of other artists, and famous ones and not so, and just not necessarily just copying them, but just having a go of something in a different way. So it started off, the first prompt was gargoyle. Now here is what I done for that. So for me, I didn't really want to do a grotesque looking gargoyle, to be fair. I'm just not into doing creepy, scary things with art. I don't watch horrors or nothing like that, so I don't like any of that. So I'm like, it's I know floats a lot of people's boats, but not mine. But then I started looking into gargoyles, and what are actually gargoyles even for? I was like, why are they even there in a castle or something? And I found out a little fact that apparently the water comes onto the castle, comes down the castle onto the gargoyle, and it's like a sort of a drain, like what we have on the houses really. So yeah, it drips off that and it stops aware of the area, the castle, the building, the whatever it may be. So I was thinking, where have I been where I've seen gargoyles? And I'd been to Windsor Castle in the UK, if you would, depend on where you're from. So, and that's really a really nice place to visit. Yeah, it is amazing. Any of the castles around in the United Kingdom area is fantastic to go and see, so I do encourage you to go and have a look. So I had a few pictures, so a lot of my reference things are of my own pictures I've took, the previous stuff. So yeah, so that was one of my pictures I took. So I thought, right, I'm going to do a bit of a castle thing just with ink, and I'll add a little bit of water and let's see what happens and try and get a cloud maybe is looking. So that was gargoyle. The second word was scurry. So the mind was just scurrying, random lines in a rush scurry sort of way. So this was my piece that I done for scurry. Did take a while, that one. Little bit of detail, but I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the process, all the different areas, and love it. Then after that, day 3, we had bat. Absolutely humongous bats, and fruit bats, whatever they were, but they were massive. And their noise, I kept saying to Chris, it's like Gotham City. I said, wow, we're looking up and these massive huge bats were just like, they were all in this tree, and through the day you wouldn't have even known they were there. Through the day you just like, we walked under one at one point and I was like, wow, they were just all out of sleep in your head. The odd little noise was like, wow, these bats. And then come evening, they were everywhere. So this is a picture I had, and this is one of the, yeah, part of the scene like that. And this is what I mean. To me, it did feel like Gotham City. It was just like bats were everywhere. But it was amazing. It was amazing. I love bats. It was amazing. Day 4, scallop. Scallop. Yeah. And then I thought straight away shell patterns. That was in my head. So I was like, yeah, let's go for some shell shapes and patterns. And I love that sort of scallop shape. Day 5 was flame and fire, and I thought, oh, and then my mind, moth into a flame come to mind. Bit of Metallica, I must admit, but yeah, this is my take on flame. And with the style, just going with the dots. I hadn't used that style yet. Yeah, change it up a bit. Day 6, bouquet. So I didn't want to do a traditional like a wedding bouquet hanging. I thought just has to have a mix of flowers sort of going around and out to the page. So this is where I started. So I started in the centre and then just got out and out and out and out and out and out. Yeah, that took a while. The detail was quite a long one, but it was good. I love it. I love it. Day 7 was trip. Now, it like going on a day trip or something I instantly thought of, and this again, back to Australia. I was so privileged to dive in the Great Barrier Reef, and wow, that was amazing. It really was. It was, you know, a scene off Nemo at one point with all the little clownfish and turtles and things like that. I mean, this one turtle, he was called Brian, local to the area, big as a door, massive. Yeah, swimming with the reef sharks at the night dive. Yeah, the only bit I was a bit nervous was we had to do one deep dive for the training we were doing, and that was a bit scary. I wouldn't normally be going. And there was like everything was like looked dead down there as well because we'd gone so deep. It was just like, how deep did we go again? It was, yeah, whatever the main number we had to hit it. We did it, but I must admit when I was at the bottom and I looked up and we were so far up and I was just like, I'm a goner now if something happens. So I was, yeah, glad to move on. If I did scuba diving again, I'd be just keeping it to the shallows really. You don't necessarily, you know, there's some deep, you know, wrecks and stuff you can go around, but some of them are not that deep, so you can still experience some fab stuff. So this is my take. It was when we went scuba diving with the coral and in the Great Barrier Reef and a little bit there looking up and myself. Day 8 we're on now, which was the word match. My dad and everything, he hadn't been in a long time, and he was loving it, and he was like, jumping in the air, and I had a picture and everything, and I looked at the picture and I was staring at it for ages, and I thought that would be really cool just to have like a continuous line drawn of his sort of outline. So this is where I got that. He's jumping in the air as when they scored goal. So that was my take on match. Day 9, which was nest. Very obvious, but a nest, a bird's nest. But I didn't want to just do a bird's nest. I wanted to make it a bit 3D, and so I was like, I've scratched the paper and all sorts here. I literally have in that little 3D bit is bits of rubber and all sorts going on there. A bit difficult with the cam, but yeah, nest, pretty straightforward. For day 10 was crabby. Me and my sister had little hermit crabs when she was younger, and they are so cute. They are the cutest things, despite me not liking spiders with 8 legs and things like that. These were a bit different. They had these little eye stalks, a bit, a bit like off SpongeBob or something, and Mr. Crab, and they just like look at you, and they're very shy, and then they come out, and then they get brave, and then before you know it, they're scuttling around. We're holding them on the carpet, and they're all over the place. So one of our little hermit crabs I thought I'd go with, and I closed there. Yes, it wasn't too long, that one. 11 was eagle. Love eagles. I love birds of prey. I love that. Let's go for an eagle. So yeah, that one was a bit difficult. I had a few, had been to a few places, but I didn't have obviously eagle pics, so I was a bit of scurrying around Pinterest and all over trying to get some ideas. And then I just thought I just wanted to get the head, really, just the head part. So I thought, let's go a bit of fine detail with the eagle, and yeah, just thought half a page, pretty straightforward. I thought, yeah, go with the eagle. 12, forget. So as the days go on and my mind starts to get a little bit more, my imagination comes into play with a lot of this. So then we get to forget. So it's like, what did I want to forget? And yes, we all have some bad memories and things like that. We probably wouldn't want to go there. But it wasn't necessarily that. I wanted to draw something a bit dark or anything. I wanted to draw something that dark, but that was amazing at the same time. And then childbirth come to mind. When I had my babies, I do not do pain. I am the worst for pain, absolutely the worst. So the pain side was the most horrendous thing I've ever been through. It really was. It was just, yeah, it was mess. They had to be cut forceps. They got stuck. Both the boys, they've got big heads. It was just, it's just awful. The whole thing was awful for me. Some people breezed through it. It was the bestest thing ever. And it's like, for me, I'm like, no, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. It wasn't very good. I didn't like it. But when people say that saying of, you go through that and then the baby gets plonked on your ear, and you just have this moment of like, everything, you just forget. All that pain, all that, them things you went through, you just forget. And you really do. And so yeah, so I had a picture of my firstborn, Caleb, of his. So I wanted to get that, but be a bit different. So obviously with the line work, I thought that sort of twists it up a little bit. So yeah, that was behind that one. So the next one, which was kind, day 13. So I thought I'd do a bee with be kind. So there's my bee, with just writing there, be kind. We had day 14, empty. So this, I was just classed as half full, half empty. I'm more the half full type of person, but yeah, I thought we'd go with that, and really simple and crisp lines. So this is what we'd gone with that. Day 15, armadillo. Remember them Dan Bar advert? Soft on the inside, crunchy on the outside, armadillo. the pattern of their hard exterior shell. It was like just that, no armadillo, just that shell, just that as well. So this is what I went with. Yeah, baby. That was my armadillo. Day 16, fowl. So, but then more birds like, you know, well, whiskey, grouse come to mind. So I thought, right, we'll just go with the whiskey, famous grouse. We'll have a bit of that, but I'll sort of incorporate a bit of water and a bit of ink. And so yeah, we went with grouse whiskey. Yeah, my husband likes whiskey, so, well, more single malts and not blends and stuff. But anyhow, yeah. I don't mind whiskey as long as it's not too much like mud and peat and, but yeah. Anyhow, sorry, diverting. It was day 17. It was salty. Yes, it was. Yes. So for that, I was just thinking of popcorn. I love salty popcorn with salt. And I thought let's make it a bit different with the black and white and the salt and just quirky. 18, which was scrape. A bit more in depth again with this one. So I initially thought of scraping something, and I thought actually when you have normal day-to-day things, could be at school, at college, wherever you are, but if you scrape all that back, what are you left with? Time. So I thought, right, if I have a normal scene but a bit of like out of focus, and then I put like clocks and stuff in the middle that's behind a scrape, so it's like the outer edges, it's like the normal scene scraped and the clocks are in the middle. That's where my mind goes. That's what I thought of. So yeah, getting a bit more deeper now. So this is just that, the outer setting of that. Could be it could be a lab, it could be a college, it could be in your kitchen, anywhere, but a bit of like it's out of focus. Then I've done sort of like, this is a bit 3D but you can't see from here. Then scrape that back and we're just left with that never-ending time continuously that we can't stop. Day 19, ponytail. Thought of my own mush, a ponytail. Now my hair isn't this long, but I just thought I'll do this to over accentuate it, and then I was like going to go the black and white, we'll put some dots on the other side and then dot the outline. I thought of rather than like a full-on body, so we've gone with a lot of dots. So we've got detail in the hair, but then we've gone dots to sort of just different, be a bit different. So it's like a mirror picture, but sort of a bit different. 20, couldn't believe it at this point. I'm like, wow, we're on track. Bluff. So card games, bluff. Not necessarily poker, but a lot of the different ones really. But I thought, but really, what have you got behind it? You've got to do them, but I'll intertwine them, and then in the middle I'll have a blacked out like silhouette of a joker, because technically behind everything, the joker is the winner. It's not Mug's game if you are into the gambling side. But so here is my detail of here. So you've got the king, the queen, and all obviously the hearts, the diamonds, the club and the spade. So I just thought I'd intertwine it round and round and round. Like that. And then as you can see there, you're left with the joker. So that was my idea behind that. Well, bluff took me a while, that one, with all the intertwining of everything, but I was really pleased with the outcome though, so that's good. 21, bad dog. Stereotyping certain breeds of dogs. So I do my friend's dog. Not putting her dog down by any means, she's got lovely dogs, but I did a pic of a Rottweiler, and then I thought I'd just do some wispy black behind it to highlight it, and that's what we went with for that. And there you go. Day 22, heist. Straight away I'm thinking jewels, and I thought, actually, back to the Windsor Castle thing and everything what's happened within, the Queen things and all of that. I thought, has the crown jewels ever been tucked? Let's Google. And that's what I googled. So I was googling crown jewels have been tucked. Anyway, I did come across a bit where it's talking about this Thomas Blood. That's not back in 17 something. Tried to tuck the crown jewels, and even like I think mashed down the crown part and other bits, but didn't get away with it. No. So I thought, so I just go with a detailed version, black and white, but with dots and different things of a crown, the crown of the crown jewels. So that was my idea behind that one. Then day 23 was Booga. I don't really want to draw snot and gunge and things from your nose, really. Then, as I was thinking about it a bit more, road dials, the BFG and snoscumbers come to mind, because you don't know what they look like, but you imagine a bit like a cucumber, but in a very snotty, horrible thing that the giants didn't like. So I was like thinking of that. I thought, actually, if I do like with my fountain pen, like that type of style, and then I was like Quentin Blake style, so there's a couple of kids in the corner do a little bit of his style looking at the snoscumbers, and I thought, actually, kids today look at probably normal healthy veg like that, and it's not like that, it's healthy for them, but that's how they look at it. So I thought I'd do a couple of kids there looking at the snoscumbers like in a horrible way, but actually their actual veg is quite good for them. But yes, it is my take on this. So I don't know what snoscumbers look like, but this is how I think they look like. That was in my head, and then with the kids looking overhead in Quentin style. So did a bit of his style going on there. So that was Booga. Day 24, again, you're showing what's in my head. Fairy. So I know everybody was probably going to just be going down the route of just fairies, but in my mind, what went through mine straight away was when we were kids in the 80s, when we'd have water fights outside, and we'd water fight, and they'd shout, we'd run in and we'd talk my mum's fairy washing up liquid bottle, and it was the old squidgy white bottles with the fairy on. Sometimes my mum would go mad because she'd have half a bottle left of something, and I'd tip it out in a glass. This glass would be on the side for ages, for obviously washing up. And she'd go mad. Don't do that again. Don't you use my washing up one. But then we got sort of a bit more savvy with it. Used to keep the washing up liquid bottles then under the sink, and now and again we'd just get them out. But yes, the old washing up liquid bottle come to mind with a water fight. So we've got the old fairy washing up liquid, and sort of behind, in a very sort of not straightforward way, here with a bucket throwing some water, and then you've got someone with a squirty washing up liquid in the corner. So it's sort of a little bit there, but not too in your face. It's just sort of subtle. So that was my take on that. Day 25, which was tempting for me. I thought, what's the most tempting thing to me? And it's the shops. Going shopping. Can I resist things? No, I can't. So I thought, let's just draw. I thought, actually, this is a good one for perspective. I thought, let's go with that. And I thought, for like a shopping area, somewhere nice. So I did have a little mooch around, and I found a place in Paris, looked like a big long hall mall thing, a bit fancy. So these are not my type of shops, but it was just interesting to draw. So that's why I've gone off this one. So I don't know where this is. I've never been, but go down. But I was just wanting to, so that was my take on that. Shops, it's tempting to me. 26, ego. A Bible verse, Proverbs 16 verse 18. It just, pride is before a crash, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. Straight away that scripture stuck out in mind. I love reading the Bible, I love studying the Bible, so I thought, why not do the Bible and a magnifying glass on that particular scripture, passage of scripture. So that was my take on ego. 27, we had a snack. So again, my mind doesn't want to do a packet of crisps or something like that. And I thought, oh yeah, but what about the sea? I thought, what's a snack in the sea? Then I thought a megalodon. I thought, yes. I thought, you know, that human is a snack to a megalodon, megalodon shark, and even to a grey white shark as well in it. So yeah, so we've got here the little scuba diver at the top with the shark, could be great white, could be normal, and with the meg. Yeah, loads of deep water stuff. So day 28, which was camping. I love camping. Yeah, I knew I'd have good on this, enjoy this one, because I'm not normally a camping person. Back to the spiders again, not a fan. So I've never done that growing up. I've never wanted to really go down the route of camping or anything. But this one was really, really fun to me because we've only just started because of the boys in the last few years, and this is our first camping trip at the Lake District, a place called the Quiet Site, and we loved it. So it was taking my picture, but I thought I'm gonna just thingy it up a bit, just with obviously lines and different textures and different stuff. Day 29, which was motorbike. It's a Triumph Thruxton, one of my favourite bikes, and a Fireblade as well. Went to that just because I have my full bike licence. I love motorbikes, so I thought, why not? It was gear 30, day 30. My Tropic Stall, so that's one of my events. We take a lot of gear with us to events. And the last one, day 31, farm. My boy feeding the cows and the baby calves and stuff. Oh, so nice. So yeah, brilliant Inktober. Yeah, I done it.